How exactly do you define somebody who uses unlawful violence and intimidation? Someone responsible for the death of innocents, someone who picks up the gun, even against his own people. I can think of no other word but a terrorist. Riyaz Naikoo was one such terrorist. He was what they call a commander of Hizbul Mujahideen, a terrorist outfit. He became a commander after the killing of Zakir Musa, a terrorist. He was a close associate of Burhan Wani, a terrorist. He had the support of the Pakistani deep state, a terror launchpad. He was responsible for the martyrdom of 5 brave hearts of the Indian security forces, an act of terror. And these 5 brave hearts included a police officer named Sagir Ahmad Qazi, a Kashmiri and a Muslim. Riyaz Naikoo's terrorism knew no religion or sense of identity. He was a terrorist who has now been gunned down. These are some facts. But why am I telling you all these facts tonight? Because some news organizations seem to be facing a definitional problem in describing this terrorist. For them, Riyaz Naikoo was a militant, not a terrorist. It started with a news agency that takes pride in only giving out the facts, Reuters. Do you know what the Reuters headline read? Indian troops kill maths teacher turned rebel commander in Kashmir. A maths teacher turned rebel commander. Most media organizations in India and abroad followed suit. They carried similar reports, articles aiming at humanizing this terrorist, opinion pieces aimed at justifying Riyaz Naikoo's crimes, editorials that provided excuses for his acts of terror. Some even pinned the blame on the Indian forces for Riyaz Naikoo embracing terrorism. To these media organizations, I want to say this. Describing Riyaz Naikoo in humanizing terms will not whitewash the sins he committed. The man they call a maths teacher turned rebel commander was and will always be a terrorist, just like Osama bin Laden, the mastermind of the 9/11 terror attacks, the worst terror attack in American history. Will they call Osama bin Laden an engineer? Because he earned a degree in civil engineering in the year 1979, yet he went on to slaughter thousands of innocents. So did Mohammed Atta, one of the 19 hijackers involved in the 9/11 attacks. Do you know his degree? He studied architecture at Cairo University. Well, he was an architect after all, an architect of terror. Ayman al-Zawahiri came from a large family of doctors and scholars. He himself was a physician who is now the leader of Al-Qaeda. Should we call him a doctor? Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the former head of the Islamic State. He held a PhD in Islamic studies. What should we call him, a scholar? And Hafiz Saeed, the chief of Jamaat ud-Dawa, the man behind the 2006 Mumbai train bombings and the 26/11 Mumbai attacks. Hafiz Saeed, by the way, holds 2 master's degrees. What will the champions of free speech call him? A postgraduate? The names I just mentioned are some of the worst terrorists this world has known. Yes, they were educated. Yes, they held degrees. But they're terrorists. The crimes they committed were acts of terror. So we face no definitional problem in describing any of them. Let us leave no doubt about this. Be it Osama bin Laden, Hafiz Saeed or Riyaz Naikoo. Call a terrorist a terrorist.